So many rooms in the last 45 days with Jeff Glover. I was on a top team leader mastermind with Gary Keller and Jason Abrams 2 weeks ago. That was for top team leaders in the country. And so I just wanted to share what he went over with us on how to lead at a higher level. But this is how he runs his life and his business. We shut that door.
Congratulations to you.
Oh, thanks. It's a group effort. It takes a village. So thank you. So I want to share some things with that. I'm going to start with Gary's thing first because it's, I think, much more appropriate for the emotional state that we're currently in. So I'm going to have you guys write down some stuff. And this is literally, and I'll share this at the end, but I didn't want to share it kind of. I knew y'all would read it and not pay attention. See y'all. It's affirmations for Gary's best life. This is literally what he went through and talked about how he lives his life. Our thoughts shape our beliefs. Our beliefs influence our actions. Our actions become our habits, and our habits eventually become our lives. I'm going to read it again. Our thoughts shape our beliefs. Our beliefs influence our actions. Our actions become our habits, and our habits eventually become our lives. So if you think about a daily habit, what are you doing? It has become part of your life, right? Is it a good habit? Is it a bad habit? Is it pushing you forward? Is it keeping you stuck where you are? The mind is always being programmed. Every experience, every disappointment, every fear, every conversation, and every environment is teaching us what to expect and who we are becoming. The question isn't whether your mind is being trained, but whether you're training it intentionally. We talk about intention all the time. I think that's pretty powerful. His 10 affirmations. The first one, you guys will know this as soon as I say it. Win the morning, win the day. We hear that all the time. It is part of the KW culture. Win the morning, win the day for a lot of people, and I coach this way personally, is it starts the night before. What are you doing the night before to prepare for the next day? Are you reading over your calendar? Do you need to set your clothes out so you are having intention about going to the gym the next morning? Like whatever that looks like for you, work backwards, but to own the morning and win the day. The first hour often determines the direction of the next 23. Begin with intention and you begin with advantage. How many of us have gotten to work and you sat down and were like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, there's a bunch of stuff on my desk. I think I need to make some calls. Do you know who you're calling? Do you know what we should be doing? We've all had a day. You don't have to say yes, but I'm telling you, we've all had a day. There's no judgment. Win the morning, win the day. Gary's work ethic, he works at no more than 5 hours a day. Period. He starts early, he owns the morning, and he's done to have the rest of the afternoon to spend with his wife and his grandkids. Number 2, life is lived from the inside out. Life is lived from the inside out. The life you experience externally is largely a reflection of the life you create internally. What do y'all think that means?
Feed your soul. Like you have to be full in here. Full out.
That's right. What we repeatedly think, we increasingly believe. What we believe, we eventually become. Thoughts become actions. Action becomes habits. Habits define our lives. If you want a better life outside, you must first build a better life inside. That's his number 2. Number 3, subtraction leads to addition. That's an easy one. What do you need to remove from your life to make room for something that's going to push you forward and build your business? Have an ROI. I talk about it all the time. If what you're doing in the business is not bringing you ROI, why in the world are you doing it? Use your time wisely. Removing what doesn't matter creates room for what does. Less distraction often leads to more meaning, more progress, and more joy. Number 4, action creates clarity. Action creates clarity. How many of us can get more done in 2 hours than in 8 hours the day before we go on vacation? Everybody raise their hand, right? You can get the laundry done, the house cleaned, your work done, all your calls made, the dry cleaning picked up. Like, called the dog sitter, I left all the money for whoever's coming to water your plants. Like, we all work so much harder when we are committed and obligated to be somewhere else where we can't physically do it. Why do we do that to ourselves? Why don't we work that efficiently every day? Think how much more time we would gain back to do the things we really want to do. Something to think about. Thinking has its place, but movement produces understanding. Most answers reveal themselves once we begin. That is, action creates clarity. Number 5, what you feed daily becomes what defines you. What you feed daily becomes what defines you. I'll talk about this in what are you reading? What are you listening to? Who are you listening to and why? That's a big one. And this goes back to, and those that have known me for a minute know that I talk about probably, I've been here almost 4 years, probably 10 years ago now, I had the realization that my friend circle was not the best circle for me. Not because I didn't love them. I had been friends with them for 10 and 15 years. Our kids had grown up together, but they were on a different path. They were on a path of having conversations that I no longer felt like I wanted to be a part of. A room of judgment, a room of the Tommy Me Too's, the keeping up with the Joneses, all that kind of stuff. So I had to make the hard decision to let go of that circle to find a new one that was better suited for where my path was going. It was one of the hardest decisions that I've ever made personally, because you love your people that you spend time with. I cannot tell you how it changed my life. And be brave, and you will come out on the other side so much stronger. So I encourage you for that. We did number 5, right? That was number 5. Brady's like, yes, keep me on track. Number 6, consistency beats what? You might know the answer? Nope. Consistency beats intensity. Who said that? Intensity. That's right. Consistency beats intensity. Big lives are rarely built by occasional heroic efforts. They are built by small, purposeful actions repeated over time. That's good. Number 7, accountability equals freedom. The moment you take ownership of your life, you reclaim your power to choose, act, and change. Accountability also equals success, right? When you're accountable, because it hurts and it's uncomfortable when you have to tell somebody what you did or didn't do, being accountable to that, leaning into that and not being fearful of having those conversations will push you forward. You just got to be okay with that.
Say it again, please. Accountability equals what? Freedom.
It's what? Freedom. Sorry. Accountability equals freedom. I thought you were asking me to repeat what I just said, and I was like, no. Number 8, resistance creates suffering. Acceptance restores power. Reality is what it is. Fighting it drains us. Acceptance allows us to respond wisely and move forward. Now, we just talked about. When you resist something because it feels uncomfortable, well, why resist it? Why not lean into it, go through it, not around it, trying to find a way to take the shortcut, understand it,
Thank you.
whatever that looks like, and just keep going. That's how you grow. Number 9 is my favorite out of all 10 for the most part. It says no one succeeds alone. Period. Nobody got to this room by themselves. Nobody got on earth by themselves. Let's just be real, right? Who is your person that is helping you succeed and find your path, build your dreams? Do you have that person? Do you need that person? Do you find a new person? The quality of your life is inseparable from the quality of your relationships. Who you surround yourself with is who you become. That's a big statement. And I just shared a personal thing that I went through. It matters. It matters who you surround yourself with. Do you have an advocate? Who's your cheerleader? Do y'all have a cheerleader? Do you have somebody that when you have a big win and you put on social media, who's the first person to respond? Who's high-fiving you? Who's pushing you? Think about that. You got to have a cheerleader. Number 10, your best life is lived by giving your best effort to what matters most. Are you giving your best effort to what matters most? My question to you is, do you know what matters most? A meaningful life is not built by doing everything. It is built by fully committing yourself to a few things that matter most. These are some of the Gary quotes that I wrote. If you haven't gotten what you want, it means you haven't determined what matters most to you to get it. This one's pretty funny. It says, I hear you, but what is the action that is keeping you to make? Does that make sense? I hear you, but what is the action that is keeping you to make? Don't know if that's right. Like, what's keeping you from taking action on something that you don't want to do? It's like, how's that keeping you from doing the actions you have to take? You know what? This is what happens when Dara takes notes. Y'all get to do that. So for anybody in the room, so here's a couple questions for you. What are your biggest challenges you're facing right now? Do you know what they are? Can you think of one? What's your biggest challenges you're facing right now? Do you know the one thing you can do to change it? If you don't, ask, right? This whole company is a room full of, and a company full of resources and models and support and people that have probably done it and failed and learned and will share with you what not to do. Don't isolate yourself. What I've learned over summer and just being here in this room, a lot of agents get really isolated, especially over summer, because their kids are home or they're distracted or they go into the lake or, you know, they're running their business from the boat. Okay, sure. But they're not pouring into themselves, right? In a productive way to build. That's fun to think about. My last note is if I can read this one. Oh, this was for me. I'll share it. Leadership is not doing things for people. Leadership is about helping people do things for themselves. That's pretty good. Any thoughts on that? Anybody want to share anything?
You're going to share those with us, right?
Yes, I have this in a one pager that doesn't have the notes that don't make sense on it. But I'll share it.
I love your notes.
You're good. What else? Anybody else want to share anything? Does that resonate with anybody? Absolutely. Yeah. I think one of the things that Gary, he always uses the word airy fairy. He's like, I know people think all the affirmations, all this stuff is airy fairy. If you lean into it, I promise you it will change your life. It is not airy fairy. It is positive living. It is positive beliefs. And I do think it is something that people either take for granted or don't really embrace at a high level to better themselves because they think it feels corny or silly or whatever. And it's not. So be mindful of that. Let's see what's coming up next. All right. Before we get into the one pager. So here's a question for y'all. If I sent this to you every week for you to then send to your database, would it be helpful? So basically, I'm giving you content every week for you to send to your database. It will be a week, whatever the week is, of 52. This one is going to be your mid-year market report. What it says, there's a lot of dots on here. Sorry.
It's like squares all over.
Yeah, okay. This week's email. This tells you what your email is. Like I'm telling you what to put in your subject line. Copy it. Personalize. Their names go here. Send to your database. Mid-year real estate report. How's our market doing? You copy and paste all of this. You will put in the information. You can change it however you want to. This is all the details. This is what you do with it. You log into command after you send it. Make sure that you tell yourself that you've touched on these people. Would that be helpful? Nobody speak at once. I'm sure not going to do 2 weeks of value if nobody thinks it's valuable.
I mean, everyone says the hardest thing is coming up with what to send to your people. I mean, this is, you're handing it to us right here.
Right.
So I do something like that now. I just wouldn't have to anymore. So that sounds great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if, you know, because some of this is with Claude support, But we have to feed it what's going on in the market, you know, to tell it to create some of this stuff. And so if it is a value add, I'm going to be doing this with my virtual assistant, proofing them every week, and I will send these out to the entire market center. And it will literally say week whatever of 52, what the subject is, and then you guys can do with it what you want.
Thank you.
Yes, we want this? Yeah? Okay. We'll look and see how many people send it out. Okay, I'm not okay.
You better be careful. They may,
Right. I'm putting in the work. All right, last but not least, this one pager I handed out. So this came up when Jason and with Jeff as part of the ALC retreat, but really talking about top producers. Because in my eyes, everybody in this room is a top producer. Because you're in this room. You either have a goal or you're in this room to reach that goal if you haven't already. Fair? Yes. What's your number one pillar for Legion? For the love of Mary.
Your David base.
David base?
David
Uh-huh.
base.
David Brown. Your database. Say it again. What's your number one source for Legion? Database. SOI, PCSOI. Everybody calls it something different. Do you have a system for your database? You don't have to answer that. Cool. Shoot, that's what number one. Do you know what lane 2 and 3 are? For some, it's open houses. For some, it is prospecting. For some, it is farming. For some, it's expirative FISBOs. For some, it's circle prospecting. On the bottom, I want you to write down what's your number 2 and 3. Because your number 1's your database. If you tell me something different, we're going to arm wrestle. Database, not negotiable. What's your number 2? Do you have a number 2? Who would like to share the number 2? Social media. Okay, who says social media? Write it down. On your piece of paper. On your workbook. On your page. Yeah. Girl. Number 2, social media. Once you've mastered number 1, then what do? You master number 2. What do you do when you master number 2? Added number 3. You don't start with 3. I love you, do not have the capability to master 3 of these lanes at the same time. If you have, then we need to have a conversation. Then you need to take my job. Because that's a very challenging feat. Who else wants to share? You said social media. Who else? Who else has number 2? Events. What is events your number 2?
Actually, probably my number 3,
Okay, what's number 2?
social media.
Social media. Okay, so you know you're free.
Yeah, you said master one at a time, but I'm not saying I master anything,
But you know what
but
they
I
are.
do
That's
have,
fun.
yeah, I do have one of the events I do every single year.
Yeah.
But I do want to do more. I do want to, yeah.
But you got
But
one.
yeah.
Do it at a high level. Who else?
Community outreach.
Community outreach. Tell me more about that.
We have around my house, we have like our public garden. So sometimes they host classes and I like to go out there and just be part of the classes. Movies in the park, concerts in the parks, things like that. Food shelters where sometimes I go to volunteer and we just donate food or make the bags for people to come by, pick up their food.
So how are you telling people? I'm gonna pick on you now. Okay. So yeah, and you're new, and so everyone knows she's new, so you get them right. How are you telling people how you serve the community by selling real estate?
I haven't figured out how to do that yet. They're separate right now. I want to figure out a way to intertwine.
Okay. Easiest thing is a logo. Do you have a logo?
I bought my name tag. It's just not here yet.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the Amazon gift card, by the way.
Yeah, that was Tracy Laughlin. But seriously, the easiest thing you can do is wear a brand on your shirt. Tell people what you do, your logo, and how you serve people, which is fulfilling your dream of home ownership.
The last tips last week were so good on marketing and our avatar and branding and
Did y'all figure out who your avatar was last week after class? after that conversation? Everybody's like, no. Bad word if you don't implement it, I'm just saying. Okay, who else? Who else wants to share? Referrals. Agent referrals. You're really intentional about that.
Yes.
Yes, tell people about that.
It's a big part of my business. Probably about a third of my business is agent to agent referrals.
How did you build that?
Going to networking events, going to family reunion, going to Glover U events, being intentional with meeting people in markets that I have family and friends.
Because you know what they can do for you? Provide references. In areas that you may not know anybody but the agent. So, where are you networking with people that are not in your market area? Be intentional. What's your number 3?
Honestly, probably 2 and 3 are probably about the same. I would say it's agent to agent referrals and social media.
Yeah, combining those two.
Yeah.
Perfect. Who else? I'm not calling you because I know what yours is.
Who, me? I do probate leads. I have somebody that does letters for me, and I have a lot of compassion for probate and senior people, so that is my thing.
You got certified in that? Like you got
Yeah,
real
a lot of
intentional with that a couple of years ago. Yeah, got super focused on being in rooms to help serve the elderly population. Yeah. Thereby write down something. Number 1, your database. Number 2 is whatever you want it to be. Number 3 is only if you have mastered 1 and 2. Please do not attempt to master all 3 at the same time. You will get frustrated. Seriously, you'll get frustrated, you'll get burned out and think nothing is working. Don't throw 50 pieces of spaghetti. It was like, don't follow the shiny things. Your database, I will tell you, if y'all know Nikki and Jason, the bonds team, their bread and butter is their database. Period. End of discussion. 90% plus of their business comes from their database. They love on their database like nobody's business. If y'all follow them on social media, you'll see all the stuff they do, all the giveaways, all the promotions, all the support. You can R&D anything anybody is doing, and anybody in this market center will share what they're doing if you need help. If you don't know how to do it, ask. We are all here as a resource. Does everybody tag in their database? You tag, everybody tagged? Good job. High five each other. High five. Good job. Tag. Yep. Do you guys have your databases sorted by what neighborhood they live in? How you found them? What their strike point is? Do you know what the interest rate needs to be before they're willing to have a conversation about buying a home? Ooh, that got quiet.
Yes, and it's not gonna happen.
Oh, yes, it will. Because you need to educate them on we're in the normal.
Well, I'm showing them how to buy it down or do something creative because it's not gonna go back down to 3. I don't think.
No,
I'm not-
we don't ever want it to do that.
It should never been 3.
We don't ever want it to do that.
No, that's what I'm saying. They have to learn how to buy it.
And I'm gonna need real help. I'm just
Or live.
Marcus is like, I'm tapping
I
out.
was a full-time musician at the time.
Yeah.
Y'all, it was a little.
Wow.
But when you think about your database, you got to get super intentional. Are you tagging it properly? Are you tagging it so you will work it in a systematic way? Are you doing the DTD2? Does everybody know what the DTD2 is? I know Alicia might not. I'm not going to call him. Don't worry. They're separate. Yeah, welcome, Alicia. Ashley, sorry. You're right. ASHLI. Yes, cheater. Correct. There we go. It's her first day. She joined at the end of business yesterday. So. All right, and no, I just talked to you guys. They really just said, hey. But for you guys, for your command database, like just there's so many things that you guys can do, especially if you serve the community. Around like stuff you were talking about, like make sure you tag where you meet them. Was it around puppies? Was it around babies? Was it around giving back, cleaning up the shore at the lake? Like just make sure that you are super intentional when you tag people, that you know where they came from. So when you drip on them, you're not going to drip on them for the senior citizen activities when they're 25 years old. Like just be clear on your messaging, be intentional with who you're talking to. So because throwing spaghetti at everybody is going to exhaust you. It's the biggest message I can say. It will exhaust you, and we don't want that. Thoughts? I
the tagging part is hard to grasp.
Mhm.
Early on, it was something that was very, very hard to grasp, so, I mean, really lean into what Dara is saying, like, identify, like, how do you know these individuals? And tag it in a way that you can go and do a list based on that group, like,
Mhm.
and then you can be intentional about that group. Cause if you don't, and then there might be like overlap, between the groups and stuff like that, so it allows you to be so much more intentional.
Yep.
With that group, with that message, and so we talk about the avatar, you may have a group that's the avatar, that's the first time home buyer, versus that group that is the empty nester, so like trying to work that so that you have messaging and value to each of those groups is, it can be something that's like, what do you mean by tagging? It can be something that's hard to really grasp until you understand the intentionality of that.
Yeah, and when you build your system around what you're gonna do with that group of people, then that will help define what the tag is that you use. Call it a label, call it a file folder sticker, whatever works for you as a Rolodex, not aging myself.
And I wasn't calling it,
Right, call it an index card, the ones you fill out before you have the label makers, yikes. But yeah, just think about that's whatever your label system is, like in your email, do y'all create files? Like who would need to go in the community, park cleanup file, if that's where you met that person, so you know that that's something that feeds their soul. Talk to them, because that's something that obviously means something to you, otherwise you wouldn't be there to meet people. That you communicate with them, hey, I'm doing community cleanup next month at XYZ Park, meet me there, would love to spend just a little bit of time with you. So just be real intentional, because we all get mass emails, and it's the robobots of the world, they're also the mass emails, and they're about as impersonal as a piece of dirt, like delete. You need something that people are going to open. Why would they open it? Because you're speaking to them, not at them. Speak to them for whatever speaks to them personally. I mean, that makes such a big deal. Puppies and babies, everybody wins. I'm just saying. But other than that, I think just be real intentional with what you're doing. Anybody else want to share anything?
We just talked about this in class this morning.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
We just gonna talk about
We
this.
did not.
About like, what is your database is a gold mine, but we broke it down into 3 other categories, like your A category, your B category, your C category. I was like, I don't care what you call it your platinum, your gold, your silver. And then from there, once you have the good contact information, then tag it and make it fun, because your tags are in colors. So just give them fun names, do whatever you need to do, because if it's not fun, you're not gonna do it.
Yep.
So your database doesn't have to be boring.
And every single agent that has ever walked through the door since I have been here always says, I don't know who to call. I don't have any leads.
Andrea made calls today.
I did.
Good job. Good job.
And out of that, Jill had to leave to go pick up her dad, but she got an appointment with a therapist.
And nobody died.
Nope.
You made calls and nobody died.
It's anxiety, but we did it. And part of it was find somebody in your database you've never talked to. Find somebody in your database you haven't talked to in over a year. And that was who that was. She picked up and she's like, I haven't talked to her in a year. I'm so excited. We're going to have coffee. It was an old coworker.
That's awesome.
It's
Well,
awesome.
speak to that, that is, call bias is real, guys. Call bias is so real. That's why the DDT2 is so important.
Yeah.
Because you may look at something and you may have a feeling about, maybe the last time you talked to this individual, or feeling bad that you haven't talked to them in a year or whatever, and so just be intentional about it. It's so easy to look at a name and say, oh my gosh, they're gonna hate me because I called them. Well, so that mean you're gonna go another year without